Okay, currently when we play the game, the asteroids get exploded, and the explosion stays on screen indefinitely. So we're gonna fix that. We're gonna remove that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a script and attach it to this prefab right here, and it'll basically tell it to destroy itself after a certain amount of time. So to do that, we're gonna go into the scripts folder. I'm gonna control click, create a script, and I've been kind of rewriting this same script for other games, and it seems to work out, so I'm just going to stick with it. Destroy in time is what I'm calling it. And then when I open it up, I'm going to borrow some code from, I'm going to try to speed up my development by reusing some code from this Asteroid game. We have a coroutine in here that I'm going to copy this and paste it in here just to make things faster. And so I need a coroutine, so I'm going to use this right here, the IEnumerator, Command C. And what that is that's something that could, something can happen over a set amount of time. And I'm going to say, I'm going to call this destroy self. How about that? Or no, destroy after seconds, I think was what I've been, to try to make this really clear for everybody. We're not going to need this instantiating a new prefab, obviously. We're going to tell it to destroy itself. Destroy, and to do that, you write it like this in Unity, destroy game object. So the game object that this script is attached to, it's going to destroy it. Okay, so let me see, how do we start this though? It's not going to get started until when we instantiate it. This is going to happen. So we're going to say the start. That's how Unity's set up. So we're going to, the coroutine is going, and we need these two lines right here. So I'm going to say the coroutine is, let's change it. It's going to be destroy after seconds. Goes here now. I'm going to change from 2 seconds to 1 second, and then we have to start this coroutine. So right here, it identifies that we want this to be the coroutine. Just going to change that to keep the cleanest up, and then it's going to start it. It won't start until we write start coroutine. Okay, so now I have to save this and attach it to the explosion. So if I go to console, I have no errors, good. So in assets, we go to the prefabs now, select the explosion, and we want to add that destroy on time. How did I get that there? You go destroy in time in the script that you wrote. It's searchable and you can find it there. And so now that is on the explosion. Okay, so when I push play, if we wrote everything correctly and everything's in working order, the explosions should last for a second and then they disappear because they're destroying themselves. Now, if I want to reuse that code, that means everything's only going to last for 1 second. But I could fix that so that if you have, like, say you had a bunch of different prefabs, you can change the amount of time before destruction. And I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to, so for this right here, this 1 second, we're just going to make that a public float. We're going to say public float. Now, to keep things really simple, float is like a decimal number. Okay, float, public float, time to destroy. And I'm just going to leave it blank for right now. And then I will copy this and put that there. I could, you know what, we'll say equals 1.0 f. F is for float. Okay, so I'm going to start it at that in case you ever forget to change it. And what do I mean by change it? So you'll see after it compiles, there's going to be a new field in the explosion. On the explosion, you have this new time to destroy. So I could actually change this to, let's go to 3. So it's going to last, every explosion will now destroy itself after 3 seconds. And you could change that per item, you know, if you want like long explosions for like a big ship or little ones for something else. If those are too long, you could go the other way. I'll go 0.5 and let's see what that looks like. They'll just be like, you know, half-second little blips. Okay. So there you go, 0.5. Okay, so you play around with that, and then, you know, potentially in the code you can vary that. You know, you could probably in this, you know, if you think about it enough, you can access the asteroid script when it gets spawned on the boom, and then, you know, since this is a public float, you could actually change it per explosion if you wanted to do that. Anyway, have fun destroying your explosions. Have fun.